Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the Gloucester Cast Podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester.
Good morning.
Pamela Tobey is with us, first-time guest.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thanks for
Pam.
having me.
We are with Pat and Jimmy Dalpiaz in the middle, and I'm your host, Joey Shimataro. Pamela, you are part of the Community Preservation Committee.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
We have one order of business to take care of, and I would be remiss if I did not ask this two-part question. Podcast virgins have to answer these two questions. You're a Good Morning Gloucester pod. You've never been on the podcast before, have you?
No.
So if you have to put yourself that you are on death row and the warden is coming in, and tomorrow let you know tomorrow's the day you're going. And he says, we're going to buy you a meal from any restaurant. What is the restaurant and what is the meal that you order?
Okay. So it's the Pilot House. I have always loved the Pilot House, even like before it was, back in the day. So I would get steak tips from the Pilot House with mashed potatoes, and they had a little side salad with like the best peppercorn dressing in the entire world.
Jeez, that's old school.
Very specific. I
You
remember.
don't look that old to know that. That's from like 1987 or something like that.
I love that. That was and the day, like right before it was sold, they had just memorized my order, and it was the saddest day ever. And then it was all done.
That's funny. All right, second part of question, death row sub, a submarine sandwich. Where is it ordered from and what's the order?
Yellow sub, classic, with tuna with pickles, just nice and simple. But
That's my
Winner. There you go.
my death row sub thing, but that's my
You
yellow.
are well prepared to answer these questions. Good
I
job.
think these things. I don't know. I think I'm the only person probably that thinks of those things. So,
And your son probably would love the chicken fingers over there too.
oh yeah, we're getting them ready for that. So don't worry.
Okay.
That is tremendous. A lot of times we have guests and they take like 45 minutes to answer the question, and I'm just like pulling my hair out. Come on, it's not that hard, right?
Oh.
So why don't we talk a little bit about, because there's a date that's coming up that's in relation to the Community Preservation Committee. But let's talk about right off the bat, what is the Community Preservation Committee? When did it get formed, and what is its purpose?
Yeah. So the Community Preservation Committee was formed in 2008. The city voted to adopt a 1% property tax surcharge to fund some projects in the community. And then those funds are matched by the state. So some of the projects that we fund are historic projects, open space, and affordable housing. So any kind of project that falls in those categories, we are able to accept applications for, and if they fall within the criteria of what's acceptable, we are able to provide them some funding. So, it's a great opportunity that I didn't even know about really until I joined the committee a few years ago.
Well, it's pretty broad what the uses can be for. Does the money get expended every single year, or are there some years where you say, we're just going to hold back a little bit and put it towards whatever comes up next year?
So every year we have a grant cycle. It depends on how many applications we get. Sometimes we get like a crazy amount of historic applications, and that kind of category gets utilized really quick. And there's other years where we don't get as many. So every year we have one. but it just kind of depends on how many applications we get.
What are some of the more recent ones that have actually been funded that people would recognize?
Totally. So we do a lot of historic ones, obviously, because it's Gloucester. We have so many amazing places. We have done a lot of stuff with Stage 4 Park. Recently, we've done some projects around the cannons and working on them with doing some landscaping stuff. Sorry.
That's all right. No problem. Go on.
Yeah, he's jumping back there. We helped with the gardens on the boulevard. We did some stuff with Beauport, the Beauport House, and Hammond's Castle is doing some projects that we've assisted with.
Wow, wide ranging.
It's crazy. It's so exciting too. And you know, one that I don't think many people know about is the Young Legends is working to. Sorry. Hey.
Don't worry. No worries.
The Young Legends Hockey League is working to do a
The street hockey.
Yes, they're working to do a hockey rink up by Stage 4 Park. And sorry, I'm gonna grab him. Sorry.
No problem. No, take your time. No problem at all.
He's cute, so that's a plus, right?
Here we go. Value added.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want any breastfeeding on the Gloucester cast.
That's where we draw the line, right?
Okay. He is adorable.
Oh my God.
I think the ratings are going right up right now.
Oh, there you go. Right?
Oh, they are.
Let me do it, right? They thought the baby would pop on. So those are some of the projects. Obviously, we do a lot of historic ones. We do a lot of work with the KPM Museum. We've done some work around like acquiring some open space, like on the back shore, to preserve that for like just so it stays open and safe. So that's kind of the stuff that we funded, and we've affordable housing. We're working with we've done some work with Action Inc. to do some emergency rental assistance and mortgage assistance during the COVID crisis. So
these are all what a nice committee to be on. You get to be a hero all the time.
I know. I'm not mad about it.
How much money is in that fund?
I don't, off the top of my head, it's a decent amount. So each year, 10% has to be dedicated to historic, and then 10% has to be dedicated.
Oh, that was going to be, I wondered about that. Okay.
Yeah. And then, so 10% to each category, and then there's the general fund. So everything outside of that 10% can kind of go into that.
So each of those categories gets some recognition in each cycle.
Oh yeah, hopefully. One that we're there's not a lot of affordable housing applications, and we'd love to see more, obviously. But yeah, definitely. We see a lot of historic, obviously, and a lot of open space stuff.
Right. So there's no set limit on any of it. You take as many applications as you like. Wow.
They're like, she's like Oprah Winfrey on the Christmas episode. You get a new car. You get a new.
Yes. Yes. I mean, as long as they're eligible and they fall into the requirements, basically, just throwing it out there.
That's great. So I'm going to read this because this is in the press release. CPA funds can be used for one of four purposes: acquire, create, and preserve open space, and rehabilitate and restore open space if acquired or created with the CPA funds. Acquire, preserve, rehabilitate, and restore historic resources. Acquire, create, and preserve land for recreational use and rehabilitate and restore land for recreational use. Acquire, create, preserve, and community support and support community housing and rehabilitate and restore community housing acquired or created with CPA funds. So I can see how all these different ones kind of line up. Like the street hockey rink would be for recreational use. Mm-hmm. And obviously, community housing. Yeah, this is so now there's a cycle though, and we're coming up on a date. It's in May, right?
So unfortunately, we're a little behind on some things. So eligibility forms, which is kind of the first step in the whole process to see if your project falls in the criteria, those are due this Friday.
March 12th. Yeah.
Is there a link?
Yeah.
Is there a link for people to download an application or fill out?
So if the website on the City of Gloucester, it has the link to get the application. It's a fairly short form, in my opinion. It's just kind of one page, a brief overview. So if people do want to take a shot at it and get it in quickly,
you get nothing to lose, right?
right? There's no harm. If you're not eligible, it is what it is, and we kind of talk you through why. And then after that, grant applications are due in May. If there's like a time-sensitive project, we do take off-cycle applications. So if by chance, like Hammond Castle or Action Inc. is kind of an off-cycle application. So, there is some kind of flexibility in that sense.
Pat, can you go to the Gloucester website and find
Yeah,
out?
I'm doing that. I'm doing that right now, which is why I look like I'm searching for something, which I found. Here we go.
I will put the link right in here. Hold on. I'm going to change the graphics so that people can see it on the screen. Where are we? Right here.
It's a complicated link, but all I did was search for City of Gloucester Community Preservation, and this is what I got.
Okay. Did you put it in the chat?
Yep.
Great. Okay. I see it there. Great. All right. That's what I wanted. Thanks, Pat.
Yeah, it's a little complicated, but in the chat you can click it and.
You know what, Pat? Do it one more time.
Okay.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I got it just the way. Okay. But anyway, if you're on Facebook right now, you can click on that link, download it, and submit it. So there we go. All right, we're good. Let me close this out. I thought it'd be more simple. We got to work on. We have, Pat, the ability to use a thing called bit.ly, Bitly.
Yes.
It's a
for the short URLs.
Yeah.
Yes. If I had a minute to prepare, I probably would have been able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for the future. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're getting back. So this Friday is for the application thing.
Yep. So the eligibility forms are due this Friday, and then after you're accepted into like the kind of process, applications are due in May.
All right.
Yeah.
And how do you communicate with people? Is it by the email they provide and their eligibility, or phone calls? What would they expect?
So we've just recently kind of switched to a new format. Before it was paper, and it was a little, who wants all that paper? But so now we've switched to an online format. It's on Neighborly, so people will fill out the form online, and then they work closely with our staff person, Jamie Corliss, at the community development office in the city of Gloucester. And so they'll, be emailed a decent amount by her. And if they have any questions for us, they can obviously email.
Good.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Sounds like you got things ready to roll.
We're trying. This is my first
again this year.
Yeah, right. This is my first time as co-chair, so I'm trying. We'll see what happens.
Just like Lara Flynn Boyle. Do you think she looks like Lara Flynn Boyle?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Do you know who that is?
Yes. I think
she was
so.
She was probably like late 80s, early 90s. Yeah. By the way, Kate and I, we're just going to get a little off track right here because it is the Gloucester Cast. We found a new Netflix show. I Care.
Okay. That won an award.
Yeah, it won. That's the reason why.
Golden Globe. It's on my list.
It's a little dark, but it's good. It's very good. I don't usually like the super dark ones, but we're halfway through the movie and it's really good.
Okay.
The Queen's Gambit, the lady, the lead actress, she won
2 awards.
Yeah, and the Queen's Gambit won the top award too.
Well, deservedly. I called that one. I bet
you did.
Remember?
Well, see how much pull he has. He got a hold of the Golden Globes and said, "This is GMP approved."
I'm guessing, Pamela, you don't have a lot of time for television.
No, not really. When it's happening, it's like other things got to get done. But
what's good for kids? What's good for kids?
We watch a lot of super simple songs, so I know I find myself singing like the Wheels on the Bus way too frequently.
How old is the baby?
How old is he? He's 7 months.
He is so adorable. Yeah,
that's so much fun. You're going to have a great summer.
I know. I'm excited.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I really appreciate you guys having me on. It was really, I really thank you. It was so nice. And it's so fun to be on this. Now I want to come back.
There you go. Anytime. You guys are welcome anytime. If you want to come back on when things when you start approving things and talking about the things that get approved, you're more than welcome. You can have a bunch of your committee members, whoever wants to. And Ed Collard is complimenting what a patient baby you have.
Oh, thank you. Not all the time, but thank you.
Hitting on the keyboard and he's sending out dollars, right amounts.
Basically,
he's
he's trying
pressing
to
the
like
keyboard.
join the chat right now.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Pamela. Have a great day.
Thank you guys. You too. Say bye.